In Middle-earth, the idea of age takes on a whole new meaning. Beings here aren't just old, they're really ancient. In this video, we won't be talking about Eru Iluvatar or Ainur today, but we'll get into some seriously old creatures and figures, ones that shaped Middle-earth as we know it. So let's jump in and start uncovering who the true ancients of Middle-earth are. We're going to go from the youngest to oldest creatures. At number 15, we have Gollum. Gollum's story is a tragic one. Originally, he was just a hobbit named Smeagol living a simple life near the Gladden Fields, but everything changed when he stumbled upon the One Ring, which twisted his mind and body. The ring not only transformed Smeagol into Gollum, but also granted him an unnaturally long life. While hobbits usually live around a century at most, Gollum's obsession with the ring and its dark magic kept him alive far beyond that. The centuries took their toll though, leaving him mentally fragmented and physically weakened. He spent years in hiding in darkness, haunted by his precious, and tormented by the dual personalities it created. By the time the ring met its end in the fires of Mount Doom, Gollum had reached an incredible age of 581 years. Coming in at number 14, we have the wizards, specifically Gandalf, Saruman, and Radagast. They're an interesting group because they're technically ancient spirits known as Maya. They've existed since the world's creation, but only took on their human forms when they came to Middle-earth. Sent by the Valar around the year 1000 of the Third Age, they were tasked with guiding the free peoples against Sauron's threat. While we think of them as wise, older men, their mortal forms are just a fraction of their actual age as beings. In Middle-earth terms, they've been around for a little over 2,000 years, but if we consider their true ages in spirit, they're as old as time itself. For simplicity though, in their Middle-earth forms, the wizards were around 2,000 years old. Next, at number 13, are Legolas and Arwen. They may look youthful, but they're both incredibly ancient. Legolas's exact birth date isn't clear, but he's definitely older than he looks, considering he affectionately calls Aragorn and Gimli children. Elves age quite differently, with their lives extending across the ages without signs of wear. Arwen, daughter of Elrond and heir to a noble lineage, is likewise timeless. She lived in Rivendell under her father's care, witnessing countless events unfold across the ages. The movies hint at their ages, placing Legolas's birth around the year 87 of the Third Age, aligning him closely with Arwen's long life. By the time the War of the Ring concluded, both Legolas and Arwen would have been somewhere between 2,700 and 2,900 years old. At number 12, we've got the Witch King of Angmar. His identity is shrouded in mystery, but one thing is certain, he is ancient. Originally immortal, he's widely believed to have been a Númenórean lord before being ensnared by Sauron's gifts. Given one of the Nine, he gradually lost his humanity and became the leader of the Nazgul, an undead wraith under Sauron's control. The Nine Rings corrupted him completely, making him a terrifying force feared by all who opposed Sauron. The Nazgul were first sighted around the year 2251 of the Second Age, which means that by the time of his downfall at the Battle of the Pelennor Fields, the Witch King had been around for over 420 years. Sliding in at number 11 is Gwaihir, the Lord of the Eagles. He is a remarkable character who played a key role in the War of the Ring. While his exact origins aren't completely explained, we know that the Eagles were created by Manwë, the king of the Valar, back in the First Age to watch over Middle-earth. They were guardians, and Gwaihir, known as the Wind Lord, was their noble leader during the Third Age. He helped Gandalf escape from Isengard, and later rescued Frodo and Sam from Mount Doom. Despite his relatively limited appearances, Gwaihir is one of the oldest living creatures in Middle-earth by the time of the Ring's destruction. Taking into account the timeline from his creation, Gwaihir would be over 6,000 years old. At number 10, we have Elrond, the wise and compassionate leader of Rivendell, and he has a rich history that spans millennia. Born during the First Age in the year 532 of the Years of the Sun, Elrond witnessed some of Middle-earth's most defining moments. Half-elven by birth, he chose an elven life, which granted him immortality. He was present at the fall of Morgoth, stood against Sauron in the Last Alliance, and remained a guiding figure for the free peoples in the Third Age. His elven lineage and leadership made him a bridge between elves and men, and his wisdom was unmatched. By the end of the Third Age, after the One Ring was destroyed and his role in Middle-earth complete, Elrond's long life totaled an impressive 6,518 years. Coming in at number 9 is Thranduil, the king of the Woodland Realm and father of Legolas, another ancient elven ruler. Known for his silver crown and commanding presence, Thranduil was born sometime during the First Age, although his exact birth date remains a mystery. He was part of the Elven exodus to Middle-earth and even witnessed the Second Kinslaying, a tragic event that helped shape his wary nature. Thranduil protected his realm with a fiery resolve, staying secluded in his kingdom of Mirkwood. He may not have been as well known as Elrond or Galadriel, but he is one of the oldest remaining elves by the end of the Third Age. His age, after enduring through centuries of conflict and peace, would have been around 6,600 years. At number 8, we have Shelob. She is no ordinary spider. She's the monstrous offspring of Ungoliant, a creature of pure darkness tied to the void itself. Unlike her elusive mother, Shelob settled in the mountains of Mordor, becoming a feared predator who attacked anything unlucky enough to cross her path. Her massive size and terrifying strength made her a living nightmare for those who entered her lair. Since Ungoliant perished at the end of the First Age, Shelob must have been spawned sometime before then. By the time Frodo and Sam encounter her in the Third Age, Shelob has spent thousands of years lurking in the shadows, undisturbed and ever hungry. Her age by the War of the Ring was somewhere between 6,000 and 7,000 years. Moving on to number 7, we have Durin's Bane, the infamous Balrog that haunted the mines of Moria. He is a relic from Middle-earth's ancient past. Once a Maiar spirit who followed Morgoth, he transformed into a being of fire and shadow, one of the feared Balrogs. After Morgoth was defeated, most of the Balrogs were hunted down, but Durin's Bane escaped into the earth beneath Moria, lying dormant for thousands of years. When the dwarves accidentally woke him, his terror reignited, leading to the tragic events in Khazad-dûm. As a follower of Morgoth and a being tied to the First Age, Durin's Bane would be around 7,000 years old by the time the Fellowship encountered him in the Third Age. At number 6, there's Sauron, the Dark Lord, who is perhaps the most famous of all. Originally a Maiar of Aule, Sauron was corrupted by Morgoth and became his chief lieutenant. After Morgoth's fall, Sauron pursued his own dark ambitions, manipulating Middle-earth's inhabitants and seeking dominion through the Rings of Power. His influence reached its peak in the Second Age, but he was ultimately defeated by the Last Alliance. Even then, he clung to his existence, maintaining his malevolent will until the One Ring's destruction. Like other ancient spirits, Sauron's existence spans from the world's creation, making him one of the oldest beings in Middle-earth. By the Third Age's end, he was approximately 7,000 years old. At number 5, we have Galadriel, the Lady of Lothlorien, who is another one of the most powerful and ancient elves in Middle-earth. Born in Aman, she was one of the few who crossed to Middle-earth with the Noldor during the First Age. Known for her wisdom, beauty, and unmatched strength of will, Galadriel was a leader and protector of her people. She witnessed countless battles and tragedies over the years, including the fall of Morgoth and the rise of Sauron. Her wisdom and foresight made her a key figure in the resistance against the Dark Lord, and she wielded one of the 3 Elven rings. By the end of the Third Age, Galadriel was ready to return to the Undying Lands, bringing her age to approximately 8,000 years. Coming in at number 4 is Círdan, the Shipwright, who is a lesser-known but highly significant figure in Middle-earth's lore. One of the first elves to awaken, Círdan never left Middle-earth, choosing instead to guard the shores and help elves journey to the Undying Lands. Known for his wisdom, Círdan was entrusted with Nadia, the Ring of Fire, which he later passed on to Gandalf. He played a quiet but essential role throughout the ages, building ships and serving as a guide for those leaving Middle-earth. His connection to the sea and loyalty to his homeland kept him there even through difficult times. By the end of the Third Age, Círdan's life had spanned an incredible 10,000 to 11,000 years. At number 3, we have Treebeard, also known as Fangorn, who is the eldest of the Ents and one of the most ancient beings in all of Middle-earth. He remembers the time before the sun, back when elves first taught trees to speak. Wise, slow to anger, and immensely strong, Treebeard guarded the forest with a love and respect that spanned ages. His deep connection to the natural world and long memory made him a key ally in the fight against Saruman. Treebeard saw Middle-earth change over millennia, from the quiet times of the First Age to the wars of the Third. By the end of the Third Age, Treebeard's age was a remarkable 11,300 years. Taking the number 2 spot is Tom Bombadil. He is a mystery wrapped in an enigma even in Tolkien's expansive world. He lives in the Old Forest, seemingly unaffected by the passage of time or the power of the ring. Tom claims to have existed before the first Dark Lord ever arrived in Middle-earth, which suggests he might be the oldest being on this list. Some scholars speculate he could even be a manifestation of Iluvatar himself. While Tom's true nature remains unknown, his immunity to the ring's power and his ancient wisdom make him unique. His age, stretching back to the earliest days of Arda, would place him at over 55,000 years. And finally, at number 1, we have the Nameless Things. These creatures dwell deep beneath Middle-earth, hidden from even the most ancient beings. Little is known about them, but they're described described as ancient dark creatures lurking in the world's deepest caves and tunnels. Gandalf himself mentioned these creatures when recounting his journeys through Moria, suggesting they existed long before the Maiar or Valar arrived. Slimy, strange, and unfathomably old, the nameless things are a reminder that Middle-earth still holds mysteries beyond even Sauron's knowledge. If these things are as ancient as Arda itself, then their age is estimated at an astonishing 55,000 years or more. What do you think? Really old, right? Well, if you liked this video and want to see another cool video, you can click on this one that appears on your screen. Click on it!